Hey, how we doing, everybody? I want to welcome you to another week on the Love Haven. My name is Cephas, and I'm an apostle of Christ. On the Love Haven today, I just want to talk to you about self-love. As I was preparing for this week video, I couldn't help about thinking about butterflies. Now, butterflies are just such deep representation of life. I read a quote that says butterflies are God's proof that life has a second chance. And I couldn't agree anymore with that. A caterpillar entire life, it dreams about being a butterfly. And as I continue to read about that, I realized that as the caterpillar goes to bed sometimes, they fall asleep and they feel like that's it. It's never gonna wake up again. That's the end of its life. And then one day it wakes up, instead of crawling down the tree, it starts to fly like a butterfly. You may be at a point in your life right now where you're feeling like that caterpillar, where you're feeling like life has no point. With all this COVID thing going on, that you probably has lost a loved one, you probably has lost a friend, a family, whatever the situation may be. You can also have a second chance in life if you just believe in yourself. Because life really is what we make about it. Whatever meaning you give to life is what it's gonna mean to you. I know it's easier said than done, but Solomon, who was the wisest man to walk this earth, says that all is vanity. What does he mean by that? He had it all. He had all the women he could have in the world. He had all the wealth he could have in the world, all the wisdom. But at the end of the day, he came to a conclusion that none of those really matter if you don't have true happiness. And true happiness starts with you. True happiness starts with you just loving yourself. You see, most of us don't hurt other people because we hate them. We hurt our family, our friends, and our loved ones because we don't love ourselves. How do you love yourself? How do you find the root of your problem that leads to your addiction, your struggle with depression, your struggle with anger, your struggle with just not being able to get through that same challenge that you keep facing in life? I believe it goes deep down to the fact that you may not have been taught how to love yourself. You always focus on helping other people. You just focus on not making people feel bad. But you cannot help somebody else if you don't help yourself. You've got to help yourself before you can help somebody else. First law of nature, self-preservation. Nobody knows you better than you know yourself. So, if you know deep down inside that you're hurting and that you're not ready to give that love and affection to somebody else, be honest with your emotions and know that you need to build yourself up so that others can build on your excitement, on your tenacity, on your strength, on your vigor, on your endurance, on your tolerance. Because life is going to throw a lot of things at you sometimes. Look at how far we have come with this COVID thing. We have lost some people along the way. And you may have lost a loved one, as I said. You may have lost a family. But God is still a good God, and He's still a great God because He knows what pain is. He knows what pain is. He knows what struggle is. He knows what trial is. That's why I said that you are not hurting somebody else because you don't love them. You're only hurting because you don't know how to love yourself. And we want to teach you how to love yourself here on the Love Haven. Because greater love has no one than this, that a friend will lay his life down for another friend. And that's what Jesus did for you and I. And I want you to give him a shot. You may have tried to overcome life challenges by yourself and you keep getting the same result. It's time to do something different because that is the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and over and over again without getting a different result. You keep getting the same thing. So try Jesus because he came down in the form of man to endure the same trials that you're going through, the same disappointments that you're going through, the same letdowns, the same backstabbing, the same betrayals, the same persecution, the same mucking, whatever it is you're going through, he endured and even more. And there's a place prepared for you if you don't give up. So I want to encourage you to love yourself. I know it's easier said than done, but you're not going to be able to do it by yourself because you are somebody. You're not a nobody. You are a child of God. You are wonderfully and fearfully made in the image of God. And God is a spirit. And if you're going to worship him, you have to worship him in spirit and in truth. And the fruit of his spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, meekness. Against such there is no law. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. If you allow him to come in you, then you start to exhibit those fruit of the spirits in your life. You start to become that light of the word, because he says he is the light of the word, and whoever follows him would never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. You see, I have never seen the righteous forsaken, and I 100% believe I would never see the righteous forsaken, because anyone who knows me know who I used to be, and this person right here is far away from the person I used to be. But when God poured his love on me and reminded me that three things will always remain: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of all those is love. God love you. We love you here at the Love Haven. Do you love yourself? Now, the question to be asking yourself is not what does God want you to do, because your assignment is already set. The question is, who does he want you to be? And that is to be a warrior. That is to be a champion. That is to fulfill the greatest commandment, which is to love the Lord your God with all of your heart, with all of your mind, and with all of your soul. And the second is like unto it: love your neighbor as you love yourself. I tell you, my brothers and sisters, if you let go and let God, if you open up and allow him in, you will walk in your calling. You will fulfill all of your goals and all of your dreams. You have 100% control of how the next 90 days of your life start. We're about to start a new month. Are you going to make a change so that the next 90 days is not going to be the same as the last 90 days of your life? It starts right now with you submitting yourself to a God who loves you unconditionally through your good days and your bad days, who will never leave you nor forsake you. And as you make this plan, remember, if you leave God out of your plan, you have already planned to fail. Hey, God bless you. God keep you. Thank you for watching with the Love Haven. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing with your family, friends, and loved ones. We don't take your support for granted. The whole purpose of our channel is to spread the love of God with this entire word, because the word is full of too much selfishness, too much self-glory, too much self-gain. We want to spread genuine, authentic love, and you're going to be a part of that if you just share this message with everyone who needs to know that God loves them unconditionally, and nothing, absolutely nothing we do can separate us from that love which is in Christ Jesus. May God bless you. May God keep you. Stay focused, and in some focused word.